Many people have asked me why my videos focus so closely upon the region in northern South America that encompasses Venezuela and Colombia and Panama. Well, I was stationed down here, number one, and number two, it has to do with this word, Colombia. You see, it comes up over and over again. When I was young, I was very blessed to have been able to study foreign language from middle school all the way through high school. Having had the equivalent of 5 years of French study before graduating high school and then becoming a Spanish linguist in the military kind of gave me an insight into how Latin-based languages work and what their meaning is. They are an ancient language. Pontius Pilate would have more than likely been speaking something equivalent to Spanish to Jesus when he spoke to him. So that's how historic this language is. But in today's video, I am going to show you the meaning of this word because it actually has a translation. And after you see the translation, I think you'll understand very clearly why prophecy is going to line up with the northern part of South America. Now, if you folks will give me 1 second to bring up the proper tab here. There we go. This is Gran Colombia. This area, Ecuador, modern-day Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, parts of Guyana, used to be all one country. Right after this area was liberated from Spanish rule by a man named Simon Bolivar, and of course you'll recognize that name from the Bolivarian Revolution in Venezuela, it operated as one group of people, one country. It was military generals that divided it up after the war that freed this area from Spain. They could not agree amongst themselves, and even Simon Bolivar himself was said on his deathbed that he believed that he had plowed the sea, so to speak, meaning that everything he had done had been in vain, that freeing this area from one dictatorship had just driven it into the hands of other dictators. But Colombia, we're going to focus on this word. It has a meaning, and it comes up over and over again. This guy, widely recognized as the man who, quote-unquote, discovered America. I know that's up for debate, but that's historically who is credited with discovering basically this entire hemisphere. We also have this, the District of Columbia. And all of this has one thing in common, this word, Colombia. Now, everyone who's been following the issue with these mass shootings and school shootings and violence that's led to we're on the brink of losing our Second Amendment rights remembers that it all started here at Columbine on 4/20, no less. And I wonder what would happen if you would take these three numbers here and flip them around. I wonder what those would be. Another discussion for another day. Columbine, though, the word has a meaning. And here is the meaning of Columbar. Pigeon, or bird. That is what a columbar is. Now, I want you to think about all of the dead birds, the mass die-offs that have happened in the last years. And then I want you to look at the District of Columbia's official seal. And what do you see? These have been happening everywhere. Oh, and by the way, remember that country, Gran Colombia? There's its official flag. Pretty interesting, huh? To see this bird of death, a vulture, be the symbology behind the word Columbar, Columbia, Columbus, Columbine. Is it all working together now for you? How this all has been in play for a very long time? The dead birds falling from the sky as an omen. The death of freedom in this country, just ever so coincidentally beginning here. A bird being found of prey, of death here. And then this word just magically meaning pigeon. I think it'll all fit together for you if you look at it closely enough with an independent mind. An area that has been the scene of so much death and so much evil and so much suffering in the world. The home of the drug trade, the home of child trafficking, the home of slavery, actually, in this region, Colombia. Should put it all together for you. It's a frightening thing to see that it's been in front of you this entire time and no one has known. It's one of those things that kind of stayed in your subconscious and you didn't think about it. You know, Colombia was just always Colombia. You know, you watched Miami Vice and you saw about the drug trade and everything that's been going on. It's just always there, but never really put the two together. The Colombia here and the Colombia here, all having the same meaning. It's all there. The signs have showed up. The dead birds everywhere, falling out of the sky. A man named after the bird. The great bird. The flag of the great bird. It's all there. And you can look at it and you can see it for yourself. That birds have always been omens of what's to come. So I'll leave it there for you, and I'll let you discuss amongst yourselves, and you can look this up for yourself. But there's your definition. Columbar. Pigeon. Like, share, subscribe.